Hello!
What's our name?
I've been public!
Then why we are here today?
We are going to take you on the journey of intellectual property with this apple.
Then
Hear me out! When I was little, my parents ran orchard. It wasn't that big, but it was big enough to lead a content life for a family of 4. Then one autumn day in the midst of harvest, all of my members gathered to pick apple. As a little boy, actually, what I have done was just scooping around and eating some apple. While I was roaming around, I spotted a worm-eaten apple and I picked it from the tree. I was about to throw it away without consideration. At that moment, my mother stopped me saying, "Son, it is so precious to throw it away. Smell the fruit and taste it. Just have it except the wormy part." I was hesitant at first, but soon brought the apple up to my mouth. I had a big bite, and its sweet juice, crunchy flesh kissed my tongue. I turned around in surprise and said, "Mom, it's so tasty. Why is it that?" And she answered, "Didn't you know worm-eaten apple is sweeter than the apple in good condition? Worms love sweet." That was a aha moment that taught me this. What seems useless in my perspective might hide enormous value in it. While preparing for this contest, I had been up several nights to choose proper topics. Time just relentlessly passed by, but nothing came to my mind. I felt I was on edge. Then one day, I was working late at night, and out of the blue, the memory of the worm-eaten apple sprang to my mind. At the same time, it is also followed by a question. Are there any neglected patents in our country like worm-eaten apple? With this inspiration, I rushed to my computer and searched for the abandoned patent. And soon I come to realize that there are plenty of patents marginalized in Korean society, like wormy apple in my childhood. I delved into this issue and I found that there are a great deal of unused patent. That is so-called sleeping patent. Of course, it doesn't mean that they are literally sleeping like a bear during the winter. This is a patent that hasn't been utilized for 5 years, waiting for the day to come into the world. Now, I believe all of you catch a brief concept of abandoned patent. Then, here comes a question. How many abandoned patents are there in South Korea? According to a study from government-funded research institute, the number of sleeping patents in 2010 recorded over 1,200. And even it has skyrocketed to 2,300 by this year, which means it has doubled within 3 years. And furthermore, to maintain this patent, it read that 2.8 billion won has been spent. 2.8 billion won. We should not let this intellectual property go to waste anymore. It is time for us to bring abandoned patent back to life. At this point, I want to make sure whether they are successful cases or not. And it wasn't long before that I found numerous cases. Here, I brought one revitalized patent, Macrograph, a firm established on the bed of the government fund. Patent is a case. By using one sleepy patent, they developed a new 5-time fast 3D computer graphic program. They also developed a movie named Soyugi with this technology. For your better understanding, a news clip is prepared on the screen.
세계 최고 수준의 3D CG를 만드는 우리 업체가 있습니다. 정부 특허로 세워진 회사입니다. 박세영 기자입니다.
물에 빠진 여성 앞에 나타난 괴물. 작은 수염의 움직임까지 살아있습니다. 중국에서 아바타 다음으로 흥행에 성공한 영화 서유기입니다. 영화 괴물과 미스터 고처럼 100% 컴퓨터 그래픽으로 만든 캐릭터, 이른바 디지털 액터입니다. 물이 튀고 괴물까지 뒤섞여 만들기 어려운 CG로 꼽히는데 국내 업체가 20분 분량을 6개월 만에 제작했습니다. 한국전자통신연구원의 특허 기술을 가져다 만든 소프트웨어 덕분입니다.
다른 소프트웨어에 비해서 속도가 5배 이상 빠른 그런 소프트웨어들입니다. 그래서 속도가 빠르기 때문에 그만큼의 생산성이 향상이.
With this transport technology, the government made its name as forerunner in computer graphics. Along the way, I also came across some patent which looks profitable. There were wearable tissue designed for outdoor activities, mustard-coated garbage bag, and wallpaper made of the real tree to prevent sick house syndrome, to name but a few. Now, I come here with mustard and garbage bag. In almost every nook and cranny of the cities all around the world, it is not unusual to find street cats tearing down the garbage bag and scattering them around. To tackle this issue of patent, mustard-coated garbage bag is created. As cats dislike the mustard so much, this simple bag can keep the street cats away from the garbage. I think this is a groundbreaking solution to the city. But still, it is out of use as another sleeping patent. Then, how can you awake those sleeping diamonds in raw? I saw a glimpse of hope in the place where I hadn't expected. That is crowdsourcing. By definition, crowdsourcing is activity of finding needed services, ideas, and contents by asking general public. For your better understanding, let me give you an example. In 2011, a biologist at Harvard Medical Center faced a problem in data analysis. It was about immune system, and his research team couldn't make any software code for a while. Eventually, he decided to open the matter to the public. So, just a few weeks later, 16 online participants gave in the right answer, which he was exactly looking for. So, he could solve the problem with the help of the public. That is how crowdsourcing works. Then, is there any effort to make use of this concept for intellectual property? I happen to know that there is a newly opened patent website by means of crowdsourcing in abroad. That is British website Marveller, established for profit in this year 2013. They provide a database of sleeping patents and get some idea from the public. That was brilliant. However, with close observation, I could find that this website still has a long way to go. First and foremost, patent is limited in scope. Their major concern is the patent inventions, not the patent. That is why not all of the sleeping patents could be taken into consideration. Secondly, it is profit-making organization. For material gain, chances are they will demand money in return for providing a place. In the end, this could discourage patentee to participate in the website and then take away their opportunities. We, making up for their demerits, built our own model for sleeping patent. As you can see, here is an online website run by a non-profit organization. Government, company, and even individuals could post their sleeping patent. Then the public give their own opinions how to make best of them. People can underpin their opinions with research, an experiment, or mention references if necessary. And all they need to do is just waiting. For several weeks afterwards, web manager is going to review their suggestions and choose the best feasible one. And certain reward will be granted to idea giver in exchange. Finally, except operating expense, rest of the profit will go for the greater good. That's it. With this simple process introduced, we can wake up sleeping patent. Korea is one of the 5 patent powerhouses in the world when it comes to its number. But still, there are millions of abandoned patents languishing in dark shadow, unrecognized. Sleeping patents can be a valuable source of generating high value-added technology. If we put the right patents and technologies in the right place, in other words, if you give a different view on the patent, like worm-eating apple, a new chapter for Korean intellectual property would begin. With the help of crowdsourcing, with the help of you and I, and I'm sure that the day will come, those worm-eaten patents finally come to a beautiful fruition. Thank you very much.